Hey guys, Quiet Cookie here, and thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. Now here's a Draw My Life, and enjoy. So when I was little, I lived in Washington, not DC. I was born there, and I lived in Washington State, not DC, and I possibly lived there for 1 to 4 years, and that's also where my oldest sister had her death, and I was born. My youngest sister wasn't, but a few years later she was born. Sorry if I forgot to put that, but she was born, and then a few months later we moved to South Dakota, and I was like 4 or 5 by the time we moved, and my sister was like 3. Wait, no, my sister was like 2, and a few months later, I actually started my first preschool, which I'm not going to say the name of because I just don't feel comfortable with that. And I was a little nervous the first day I went in, but I had my best friends, which when I was younger, I actually referred to them as brother and sister because we've actually known each other since we were like babies, or if that's what our parents said. And so I'd refer to them as my brother and sister, and they always had my back. And then about when preschool was over, I started going to kindergarten, and I did not put the name on the sign, and because I'm not comfortable. And of course, I still had Max and Faith with me, guys. It's just we did still talk a lot. But a few weeks later, I met Jamie, who's a sweetheart. But guys, there's bad news to this. We were friends for like 2-3 years. We actually referred. I never told her this, but I always wanted to tell her that she was like a sister to me before I left, and I had to say bye to her. It was sad because she was probably crying for the longest time because we were. And then I started my life in Michigan, where but guys, I also, when I moved to North Elementary, I met my cousin for the first time, and it was magical because I actually didn't know that she was my cousin until one day we were swimming and she actually told me, and I actually pretty much liked that. But guys,
and then we played the whole time.
Yeah, and then we played the whole time. And I was in my old school, this school for 2nd through 4th grade, because that's pretty much when I moved, is when I was like 8. And the last time I actually got in contact with Jamie, guys, was 2 or 3 years ago on Christmas, and that's the last time I talked with her. I probably almost cried after that conversation. And I had no friends in the neighborhood to play with during the summer when I moved. Not even you.
What?
Not yet. I didn't have you yet. I didn't have my cousin yet. But one day on the bus on the first day, I met this girl. I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to say her name was...
Let's make up a fake name, like...
Skylar.
Yeah.
So Skylar and I were best friends. Not for long, though. Because soon after, in 3rd grade, she started picking on me. She started being a brat to me. And we weren't friends. Actually, to come to think of it, I don't think we were ever friends. But a couple months later, I actually met a couple friends. We're going to call them Jenna and Maddie, because I don't want to use their real names. And they were my best friends. They still... They were my best friends and they still are today. We even have our own squad. It's called the BFF squad. It's a good squad. And then that's when I started my first YouTube channel, which, guys, was probably the cringiest moments of my life. I should have named it that. It was called Amelia Miles, but I knew I should have named it Cringiest Moments of My Life. And now that's trash now, so there's no more videos coming out on that. And then a few years I should say, actually, I was like 9 when I started, 9 or 10 when I started this channel. I was 10 when I started my channel, Quiet Cookie. And the first kind of videos I did were in real life vlogs, so I actually had a couple friends in. And guys, you know how I talked about Jenna and Maddie? They were actually in some of those videos, but those aren't their real names. I just don't feel comfortable saying their real names. But soon after, people started to throw hate on the videos. No one liked it. I started getting a lot of haters. So one day I went onto YouTube to see what I could do to help. And I found some ideas. So I went to actually the Google Play Store. I got apps so I can game on. And now, guys, I'm at 50 subs. And to me, that's a big milestone. Because you guys are my YouTube life. Like, I think right now... So, you guys are actually my YouTube family, and I love you guys so much. And, I love you guys so much because you guys are my YouTube fam, and after having 2 haters on my channel, I soon realized this is enough. As long as I have my subscribers with me, I can do anything. Not to worry about the haters, and even my cousin agrees with me because she is right here with me.
And I can help her get them haters back off.
Because
I'm very sassy.
Yeah, and she's even a subscriber of mine, so she can help me through it. And guys, I want to thank you guys so much for 50 subs. This morning I woke up at like 6:30 and I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do for a video for my 50 sub special? Then I'm like, oh my gosh, a draw of my life, that would be perfect. So I hooked up as many videos as I could. I hooked up as many clips as I could remember from my life. And these are technically all the clips I can remember. And I want to say something to you guys. Bye. I hope that I can get past 50, and then maybe for my 60 subs, I might even do something better. So, because you guys are my YouTube fam, and you guys changed my world. And Zoe just drew that. So, because you guys are my YouTube fam, and I love you, and as long as you guys are with me, we can do anything. Bye.